Good morning. And it really is. Like, I felt so just blessed by the weather because what was it? I think it was last week or the week before. It was just so cold and so rainy. Like, man, I love fall, but this is like some bullshit weather. And then this week it's been like 60s, 70s. I can go in like shorts and a short sleeve, or if it's a little chillier, I'm like, okay, like I can put on a jacket, I can put on like some long pants or whatever. But it's been so fucking nice. I've been on so many walks. I want to take another walk later today. If I can swing it, I should have plenty of time to do so. I'm like, it's so fucking nice. I'm so happy. Other shit that makes me happy. I actually started writing again. It fucking took long enough. I think I kind of got like out of my Kuro 2 funk, because like I said, it kind of funked up my whole schedule. So that's going. I'm not writing as much as I should, I won't lie. But I've been able to kind of get back on the horse, actually make some progress. There was this one little chunk I was kind of stuck on, but I've gotten mostly unstuck. So hopefully I don't think I'm going to get to a point where I'm finishing editing this script by the end of the year like I was intending to, but hopefully I can make some good progress on it though. Other things with good progress. Adventure Time. Clay and I finished season 2, made a video on that. We're about a quarter of the way through season 3 after like one session. We are clearly very, very much enjoying Adventure Time. In terms of Ruby, I binged volumes 1 through 3. I was trying to start season 4 yesterday, but there was just kind of a lot of shit going on yesterday, so I unfortunately wasn't able to, but I plan on binging it today. I don't know if that means there'll be a video on it like tomorrow or Saturday, but hopefully I want to get volume 4 and volume 5 watched this week. Volume 6, if I can swing it, but I'm not expecting to get volume 6 done. Xenosaga. So I think I had said last week that I wanted to watch all the cutscenes in Xenosaga 2 and not actually play it. Because the little bit I had played of it, I was like, I fucking hate this battle system. I hate the way everyone looks. I hate how the cast is completely different. Not completely. There are some people that I'm saying, like, this ain't it. So that's what I did. I just watched the cutscenes, and it wasn't, like, phenomenal or anything. I mean, I take that back. There were actually some parts of it I was like, that was good. I liked that a lot. And then there were definitely other parts where I was like, was this something that was explained in the first game and I just don't remember? I'm not sure. And then I ended up watching this like hour and a half long video about why Xenoblade 2, or Xenosaga 2 is basically complete dog shit. And the entire time I was watching it, I was just kind of like, did you see that fucking bullet I just dodged? Like, holy shit. I am so glad I didn't play this game. Like, I am... Like, on the one hand, there's the part of me that's like, hey, you need to make your own opinions on things. You can't just listen to other people. And then there's that part of me that's like, I trusted my gut, and I trusted the opinions of other people. Because it's one thing if it's like, yeah, like something's kind of contentious. Some people like it, some people dislike it. When something is like, no, everybody hates this, there's probably a few reasons why. And maybe there's a lot of people that do like Xenosaga 2. And hey, more power to you. But from what I know about the game and what I'd seen about the game and now what I've heard more about the game, like, I'm so glad I didn't play it. So I have started Xenosaga 3, and like I sat down and I saw the art style and I heard some of the more familiar voices and was like, in about 3 or 4 hours of gameplay, I feel like I've probably played maybe an hour. The rest I've just kind of watched, and I'm just thinking to myself, we're so fucking back. It's like, That's Xenosaga. That's fan-fucking-tastic. I don't want to play this game. I want to watch this game. That's how we do Xenosaga. But I'm like right outside a dungeon. And I mean, the game does like start with a dungeon, so I actually did get to do some playing. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get to it today, because like I said, I really want to finish, I want to binge Volume 4 of Ruby. But I'm looking forward to playing more Xenosaga and actually getting to play Xenosaga. I think it's going to be dope as hell. Okay. I watched a video on Saturday, and it was like one of those like green text get voiced kind of videos, and it was about life and death. Not the concepts of life and death, but the novel Life and Death by one Stephanie Meyer, also known as, I believe, Twilight Reimagined. It is the gender-swapped version of Twilight, where it is a normal high school boy who, there's a vampire woman who is stalking him and trying to pressure him into a relationship while struggling with the fact that she wants to eat him as much as she wants to fuck him. With, what are the videos are like, a muscular Native American werewolf who wants to like protect him from the evil vampire and shit. And like, the response in the video was like, what the fuck? I get it now. And like, I thought it was really funny. Then I found out it was real. Like, I thought that was just a shit post. I thought that was just a meme. This is a real novel written by Twilight's creator. And I can imagine there's two reasons why it exists, and they're not mutually exclusive. Number one is, what's a really easy way I could make some money right now? What if I just took the prose and changed the names and the gender? Because from what I understand, it basically is just copy paste. It's not even like, yeah, it's Twilight gender flipped, but there's a lot of differences. From what I understand, the ending is actually a bit different. But also from what I understand, no, like a lot of the narration, a lot of the prose and the dialogue is word for word Twilight, but the genders are flipped. Which sounds so incredibly lazy that I almost kind of respect it. Like, it is like, yeah, you know what? Twilight fans are going to read it, and then people who are kind of interested want to read it, and people who think it's a joke are going to read it, so let's do it. The other part of me, and again, it's not mutually exclusive, is kind of thinking from the perspective of, okay, assholes. All of y'all made fun of my book. All of y'all made fun of my series for how unrealistic it is, or how much of a shitty relationship it is, or how, man, like, who would go for a guy like that? Okay. What if it's in your shoes? What if you, Mr. Unnamed Dude, you are the regular boring guy. You are just the ordinary high school student, and basically writing it like a fucking harem anime. Like, let's be honest, like some Monster Musume shit. It's like, hey, this is what a lot of anime are. I'm gonna make Twilight that. Let's see how you like it. And at least from one guy's perspective, it worked. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, okay, I have to read this because this sounds funny. Like, absolute worst, I feel like I would read it and think, this is entertaining as hell. I'm in. Maybe I will like it. I don't know. But as I was like thinking about it, I was like, like, alright. You have the psychotic vampire stalker who is struggling with her determination to love you or eat you. But there's also the masculine, like the muscular, dominating, like, woman and shit. You're like, And then and then as I was just kind of like contemplating that, I thought of Fate Go, and there's a character in Fate Go that's kind of both of those things at once. Is like, what's her name? I don't know how to pronounce it. Like Bargavest. It's something like that. Play Fate Go, you might know what I'm talking about. It's like, Muscle Mommy? struggling with her desire to both kill you or like to love you but also eat you. Huh. Wait a second. Maybe I am into this. Maybe I do need to read this book. And it was just a really fucking funny thing to find out exists. And it's like, huh. At worst, I think this will just be kind of a good time. At best, I might kind of like it. So I don't know what, like, I have no intention of doing it this year. I still have a lot of other shit to get through. But, like, I might pick it up next year. I really might. Oh gosh, I'm just like imagining like, well, I wouldn't be able to read it on a stream because that's heavily copyrighted. But I don't know, like that'd be fucking funny. Speaking of shit that I learned existed. So yesterday, I'm watching Survivor with my dad. And I see an ad. And it's an ad for at first I'm not sure if like it's a movie or a show. And as it goes on, I'm like, wait a second. This is Mean Girls. Wait, what the fuck? And so apparently, in January, a new Mean Girls movie is coming out. And I'm watching it going like, okay, A, why would you remake Perfection? We don't need another Mean Girls. And then I also checked, I was like, Mean Girls came out in 2024, so next year it will have been 20 years. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's like, man, like if it's been 20 years since a movie came out, you have to remake it or anything. It's if the Disney live actions have taught me anything, for the most part, you really don't need to. But it's at least not like it's been a year, it's been 2 years, like it's been a couple decades, for a newer generation, I guess. It's like I feel like 20 years is kind of acceptable. And then I learned it's going to be a musical. And I love musicals. And then I learned it's based off the Broadway play. Which means I learned there was a fucking Broadway play. Like, wait, what? There's a Mean Girls musical? How did I not know about this? So there's part of me that's like, I should listen to the soundtrack, but I'm also like, I'm gonna go see the movie. Like, there's no way I'm not gonna go see the movie and probably quote this movie I'm watching for the first time as I'm watching it, because I've seen Mean Girls that many times. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if it'll be good, because again, it was perfect the first time. Maybe the second time I'm like, yeah, like the line delivery just isn't hitting me as hard because I know it's kind of like when I watched Hamilton a few years ago, but it was with a different cast than the original Broadway recording, because of course it is. And I remember thinking to myself, this is very good. Like, I think the acting is great, I think the singing is great, etc., etc. But I've listened to that original recording so fucking many times that any difference in like the inflections or the singing voices or the way a line is delivered, I'm like, that feels wrong. If I had seen this first, I would have, I mean, and again, I had a great time watching it anyways, but I'm like, I'm very sensitive to these differences because I fucking hate change. The Mean Girls musical is definitely gonna feel like that. I'm like, this is weird. This is different. Like, this line is different. This line isn't supposed to be here, blah, 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 kind of shit. And also, I'm like, I love musicals. Is the music going to be good? Am I going to listen to the songs and go like, no, yeah, Mean Girls needed this? It's like, it makes it different, but in a good way. Or am I going to be like, it kind of overbloats it? I don't know. I am looking forward to it, though. I just hope I have a good time. And speaking of music, Grammy nominations dropped, and I will be completely honest, I haven't listened to most of these songs. I haven't listened to most of these albums, so I said, you know what, fuck it. Let's listen to a bunch of these albums. It's like, it's weird to say that I want to get into music because I listen to music all the fucking time. But I listen to a lot of, I think the best way I could describe my taste in music is early, not even early, but just like 2000s top 40 hits. You get pop, you get punk, you might get some rap, you get a lot of alternative. There's a lot of shit you get in like 2000s top 40 hits. But it's what I grew up listening to, and it's kind of just what feels right. I still love my 90s music, I still love my 80s music, I still love my 70s music, I still like modern music. But like, I don't really like go out and listen to a lot of new albums and shit. Like, I made a point to for Fall Out Boy because I listen to a lot of Fall Out Boy. But I was like, all right, let me actually listen to some of these. So, say today's Thursday. Tuesday, I listened to the new Lana Del Rey, which I believe it's called Did You Know There's an Ocean? Did you know there's an ocean under Tunnel Boulevard? Did you know there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? And I don't know if I think I've heard video games before, but I don't think I've really heard Lana Del Rey before. And I was like, oh, I actually really like this. And yesterday, I think I listened to like 5 albums yesterday. But Here We Are, which is the Foo Fighters album. Jaguar 2, which was Victoria Monet. Endless Summer Vacation, which is the new Miley Cyrus. I listened to The Record and The Rest, which are technically 2 different albums, but it feels like it's kind of one album in a way, from Boy Genius. There was one more. Oh, and Guts from Olivia Rodrigo. So, like, I listened to a bunch of those. I still have some more I want to listen to. Like, the Paramore album, the Taylor Swift album, the SZA album. I think there's like 1 or 2 others. It's the like John Baptiste, I think is his name. And I think there was one other. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure. But I wanted to give those albums a listen. It's like, all right, I mean, again, just to be like, oh, it's nominated by the Grammys, it's automatically good. Like, it's an award show. They'll have their own biases, you know, blah, 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 blah. Maybe there's really good shit that they missed. Maybe there's shit that they're overrating. I don't know, but it's like, cool. These are some of like the albums that are nominated that I've heard some people talk about. Maybe not a lot, but like I've kind of heard in passing, like, all right, I want to give it a shot, and I'm having a really good time with it. I think that's pretty much it. So the last thing I want to talk about is, I don't want to say like the state of the channel, because that makes it sound like I'm going to have like a state of the union or say something like super serious. All I really want to say is, I tend to do a couple football videos a week, and this week I haven't. And I'm going to be honest, I just kind of didn't feel it, which is weird. It wasn't like I was following the games or anything and going like, wow, all of these games suck. This season sucks. My energy and desire to say anything about football is gone. That's not the case. It's not like I was like, man, the Saints fucking suck and have disappointed me so hard that I have nothing to say about football. Because as I was following the game, I was like, I fucking hate this team so much. They're my team. I love them, but I fucking hate this team so much. And I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to come back. They are going to come back with enough time and enough momentum for me to actually start caring again and thinking, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do this. And then they're going to have at least one, probably multiple chances to tie and / or take the lead, and they will fail every fucking time. And they only slightly let me down, because what I was really expecting to happen is that they would score the touchdown because they were down 8, so I don't want to necessarily say it's the game tying touchdown. I mean, it is, but you still have to make the 2-point conversion. So I was like, here's what's going to happen. They're going to score the touchdown, go for 2 like they need to, and they're gonna not make it. And they didn't even score that last touchdown. It was like, you did almost exactly what I expected, but you couldn't even let me down the way I thought you would let me down. Even in disappointment, you found a way to disappoint me. That's how you know this is a committed relationship. But it's like, I got shit to say about that. I had shit to say like about Buffalo too, and like other teams. But for whatever reason, I was like, I just really am not feeling recording this week. I think a lot of it was like, I want to get these Ruby videos done. And even then with Volume 3, there ended up being an issue. Because I was trying to get So I know I said this before with Kuro 2, is the video editing software I used to use now doesn't exist. Like, use Microsoft Clipchamp. Like, oh, okay, sure. And then when I got that done and it's like the video was ready, I was like, cool, download it onto my computer so I can do shit with it. And then I'm waiting for it to download, and then when it hits 100%, it says, sorry, you don't have enough space for this on your computer. What the fuck do you mean? I had like so many gigs open. What do you mean I now only have like 9 gigs of space on my computer? Like, what the fuck is this? Where did you even download the video? Like, it's not in my computer anywhere. It's like, okay, like, download it. If there's no space in my thing, like, download it onto my terabyte. It doesn't even do that. Like, it started and then just stopped. Like, are you saying, like, there's not space on my terabyte? That's like 400. No, it's not like 400 gigs. That's stupid. How much does it have left? I don't remember what the number is, but it's like, there's still a lot of fucking gigs on there. Like, you couldn't get it on there. What is wrong with you? Oh, there's an option. You can upload it directly to YouTube. Cool, let me do that. This is just not working. I don't know who came up with this software. I don't know why it's complete dog shit, but it is complete fucking dog shit. Both times I have tried to use it. So I deleted it from my computer, and all of a sudden I had like 75 more gigs of space. I'm like, okay, this thing is a piece of shit that just takes up space and doesn't do what it needs to do. Got it. So because of that, I wasn't able to combine the Ruby Volume 3 video like it's supposed to be. So it is divided into 2 sections. Now that I really know this is a problem, I'll try to be more cognizant with that when doing the other Ruby videos. Maybe if some of them still end up going a bit long, because we'll see, like, depending on how much shit I have to talk about. Like, because with that one, I was like, oh fuck, I've been talking for over an hour and I haven't even said anything about the cast yet. I'm gonna be here a while. Let me take a break. If that happens in a later volume, I might do the same thing and just kind of make it clear. We're going to do a part 1 and a part 2. Or I'll just kind of say, fuck it, I'm staying here until we're done. We'll see. But, I think that's it for this week. Yeah, I think that's it. But, have a good day. I think Thanksgiving is next week. I mean, I'll say have a happy Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving, but I can say it early too. Have a happy Thanksgiving.